He was 60, gray hair, tired eyes, aching joints. But then he added just one food to his daily routine. Within months, something strange began to happen. His skin tightened, his energy came back. Strangers thought he was in his 40s. His doctor? Speechless. What was it? A miracle drug? Some expensive therapy? No, just one natural food that science says could slow down aging at the cellular level. This is the story of how one simple choice reversed 15 years of aging and how it might do the same for you.
Welcome to the deep dive. Today we're looking at something pretty extraordinary. Imagine a single food, right? Something cheap, easy to find, that could actually, well, reverse your biological age by maybe 15 years.
It sounds like science fiction almost.
Doesn't it? But it's the story of Dr. Michael Chen. He's a 67-year-old biochemist, but get this, his biological markers, they look like someone who's 52. All thanks, apparently, to this one food.
Yeah, and that's our mission today. We're going to unpack Dr. Chen's discovery, really dig into the science of how it works inside your cells.
And the specific ways to prepare it, because that seems key.
Absolutely. The preparation is crucial for unlocking those anti-aging benefits. We're pulling all this from our source material, natto, the food that reverses biological age.
Okay, let's start with Michael's story. So rewind 3 years. He's 64. And he's feeling what most of us probably think is just, normal aging.
Right. Lower energy, maybe seeing more wrinkles, hair thinning a bit.
Exactly. But for him, as a scientist, the big thing was his mind. His cognitive function was slipping. Memory wasn't quite there, complex math problems, and they were getting tough.
And it's important to remember, he's not just some guy noticing this. He's a biochemist. His specialty is cellular metabolism.
So he understands aging.
Oh, absolutely. Telomeres shortening, oxidative stress, mitochondria not working right, that low-grade inflammation. He knew the science inside out.
That didn't have a practical fix.
Exactly. He understood the what and the why of aging cells, but a real-world, accessible solution that was missing.
Until this trip to Japan. Sort of an accident, right?
Completely accidental, yeah. He was visiting his grandmother. She's 89, living in rural Japan.
And she was just incredibly vibrant.
Amazingly so. Spry, sharp as a tack, energy like someone, maybe in their 60s. He'd always just thought, oh, good genes.
But this time was different.
This time, his scientific brain really switched on. He noticed something specific. She'd been eating the exact same simple breakfast every day for over 40 years.
40 years, wow.
And he realized, wait a minute. She's 25 years older than me, but honestly, she looks younger in some ways. Fewer age spots, posture's great, and her mental clarity was just astounding. It wasn't just feeling good, it was visible, consistent vitality.
Okay, so the suspense. What was this breakfast? What's the food?
All right, the big reveal, it was natto.
Natto, okay. The fermented soybean stuff from Japan? Sticky, kind of pungent.
That's the one. Yeah, notoriously challenging for Western palates. That strong smell, the slimy texture.
Right, I've heard about it. Sounds intense.
It can be, but here's the really critical part, according to the source.
Yeah.
It wasn't just any natto eaten any old way. His grandmother had a very specific ritual.
A specific preparation.
Yes. Fresh natto mixed with finely chopped green onions, then a little bit of grated daikon radish, a very precise amount of sesame oil.
Okay.
And always, always eaten with a bowl of freshly steamed short grain brown rice.
Brown rice, interesting, not white.
Brown rice. And the timing was key, too. Every single morning, first thing, on an empty stomach.
Empty stomach, got it.
And then exactly 30 minutes later, she'd have green tea.
Wow, that's specific, 30 minutes exactly.
Very precise, the whole routine.
Now, Michael, being a scientist, he must have been thinking, okay, Grandma looks great, but...
Oh, absolute skeptical. Anecdotes are nice, but he needed data, hard evidence.
So he tested her blood.
He did, and the results were, frankly, shocking. His 89-year-old grandmother's biomarkers, they look like someone in their 60s.
60? That's almost 30 years younger, biologically?
Pretty much. Inflammation markers, super low. Antioxidant levels, through the roof. Excellent insulin sensitivity. And here's the kicker, her telomeres. Those caps on the chromosomes, significantly longer than you'd expect for 89.
Longer telomeres at 89, wow. That must have hit him hard, especially comparing it to his own results.
It was a huge wake-up call, because he'd just had his own blood work done. He's 25 years younger, remember?
And his were worse.
Across the board, pretty much worse. High C-reactive protein, that's a big inflammation marker. High homocysteine cardiovascular risk factor. Clear signs his mitochondria weren't firing properly.
So this vibrant 89-year-old grandmother was biologically younger than her 64-year-old biochemist grandson.
That's exactly what the data showed. Stark contrast.
So what did he do? He couldn't just ignore that.
No way! He made a massive decision. He committed right then and there to follow his grandmother's exact protocol every morning for 1 full year.
The whole routine. Natto, onions, daikon sesame oil, brown rice, empty stomach, green tea 30 minutes later.
The entire thing. And he tracked his own biomarkers meticulously month by month.
I bet that first month was rough, taste-wise.
He described it as a true challenge for the senses. Said something like eating boogers mixed with ammonia initially.
Oh, okay, vivid.
But he stuck with it. Scientific curiosity, maybe some desperation, who knows. But he persisted. And by month 3...
he started noticing things.
Yeah. Noticeable changes. More energy, definitely. Better focus. And people started telling him he looked, well, younger. Colleagues noticed.
Okay, let's get into the why, the science, because understanding how this stuff works makes it even more fascinating.
Absolutely. It's not magic, it's biochemistry. Let's break down the key players in natto. First up, nattokinase.
Nattokinase. Never heard of it.
It's an enzyme, and it's pretty much exclusive to natto. Its main job, it acts like a natural blood thinner, helps break down clots.
So, good for circulation.
Hugely important for circulation. Healthy blood flow means efficient delivery of oxygen and nutrients to all your cells.
Yeah.
That's fundamental for slowing down aging. Think of it as keeping the cellular highways clear.
Okay, clear highways. Makes sense. What else?
Then there's vitamin K2, specifically the MK7 form, which is the most bioavailable type. Your body can really use it well.
K. I know K1 is in leafy greens. How is K2 different?
Very different role. K2 is all about calcium management. It activates proteins that tell calcium where to go. Meaning it directs calcium into your bones and teeth where you want it. And crucially, it keeps it out of your arteries and soft tissues where you don't want it.
Ah, preventing artery calcification, hardening of the arteries.
Exactly. That's a primary driver of cardiovascular aging. K2 helps prevent that. And it also activates proteins needed for bone building. Michael actually saw his bone density improve, which is pretty remarkable for a man in his 60s.
Wow, okay. Bone health and heart health, that's huge.
It really is. But then there's something maybe even more exciting. Polymins, especially one called spermidine.
Spermidine. Sounds interesting.
Yeah, the name. But it's a really potent longevity compound. Its main superpower is triggering autophagy.
Autophagy, I've had that term. Cell cleanup. Right.
Exactly. It's your cell's natural recycling and cleaning process. Gets rid of damaged parts, old proteins, cellular junk. Think of it as decluttering your cells to keep them running youthfully.
So spermidine basically flips the switch for that cellular cleanup.
It's like the master switch. More spermidine activity means better autophagy, healthier cells, and higher levels are strongly linked to longer lifespans and less age-related disease in studies.
Okay, so we've got better blood flow, better calcium use, and cellular cleanup. What else?
We've got the beneficial bacteria. The fermentation process uses Bacillus subtilis. This isn't just good for your gut, though it definitely helps there.
It does more.
Oh, yeah. This specific bacteria produces compounds that actively reduce systemic inflammation throughout your body. This chronic, low-grade inflammation, sometimes called inflammaging, is a huge factor in how fast we age biologically.
So natto fights inflammation body-wide.
It contributes significantly, yes.
Yeah.
Tackles aging at a really fundamental level. And finally, don't forget the protein.
Right. Soybeans are high in protein.
Exceptional protein, actually. All the essential amino acids, and in a form that's easy for the body to use. That's critical for maintaining muscle mass as you age, which is a big challenge for many people.
Okay, so natto itself is packed with goodies. But you said the preparation was key, that it amplified everything.
Exponentially. This is where Michael's grandmother's tradition becomes pure genius, scientifically speaking. It wasn't just random additions.
This is the secret sauce part.
Exactly. Let's look at those other ingredients. The green onions, they're rich in quercetin.
Quercetin, okay, an antioxidant.
Yes, but it also seems to enhance how well your body absorbs the vitamin K2. And it supports the nattokinase enzyme, plus adds its own anti-inflammatory benefits.
Wow, okay, so the onions are helping the K2 work better. What about the daikon radish?
The grated daikon provides digestive enzymes. This helps break down the protein in the natto even more effectively, boosting its bioavailability, how much your body can actually use. Plus, daikon has compounds that support liver detoxification pathways.
So better digestion and detox support.
Oh, very. Now, the sesame oil, Seems simple, but its specific fatty acid profile is really important for absorbing that fat-soluble vitamin K2.
Ah, you need fat to absorb K2.
Precisely.
Yeah.
And sesame oil also contains unique compounds, sesamol and sesamin, which have shown lifespan extension effects in some animal studies.
Okay. And the brown rice. Why brown? Not white.
The brown rice completes the amino acid profile, making the protein even more usable. Plus, it provides complex carbs for steady energy and blood sugar, unlike white rice, which can spike it. And the fiber. Fiber feeds those beneficial gut bacteria, including the Bacillus subtilis.
It all feeds back into the system.
It's beautiful synergy. And finally, the timing. First thing, empty stomach, maximum absorption, no competition from other foods.
And the green tea, 30 minutes later.
Adds another layer of antioxidants and compounds that might enhance how your body metabolizes all those nutrients you just absorbed.
So basically, his grandmother, without knowing the specific biochemistry, had perfected this ultimate anti-aging meal through tradition.
Exactly. Perfect nutrient timing, incredible synergy between ingredients, maximizing bioavailability. It's traditional wisdom perfectly validated by modern science.
Okay, so Michael sticks to this religiously for a year. What were the final results? You said they were remarkable.
Remarkable is almost an understatement. Let's look at the blood work after 1 year.
Give me the highlights. The big numbers.
Okay. Inflammatory markers, like that C-reactive protein, dropped by 60%. 60.
60%, that's huge.
Massive. Antioxidant levels increased by over 40%.
Wow.
Insulin sensitivity, huge improvement. His fasting glucose went from pre-diabetic range right down to optimal. Homocysteine levels normalized. Big reduction in cardiovascular risk.
That's already incredible, but you mentioned something even more surprising.
The telomeres. This is the most shocking part. They had actually lengthened.
Lengthened? I thought they only got shorter with age.
That's the general rule, yes. Seeing them lengthen is rare and a very strong indicator of biological age reversal. An independent lab analyzed his overall biomarker profile.
What was their estimate?
They estimated his biological age had decreased from 64 down to approximately 52.
12 years younger. Biologically, in 1 year.
A 12-year reversal. It's the kind of result you see maybe in extreme intervention studies, not usually from adding one food.
What about how he felt and looked? Did the outside match the inside?
Absolutely. He reported his skin was noticeably firmer, fewer age spots. His hair, which had been thinning, it stopped thinning and actually started growing back thicker.
No way.
Yes. Energy levels. He said it was like being back in his 40s. And cognitively,
The reason he started all this.
big improvements. Memory recall, processing speed, executive function, all significantly better according to tests. Even his doctor was amazed. Blood pressure normalized, cholesterol improved, cardiovascular fitness tests looked like someone decades younger.
That is just astounding. But it's still just one guy, right? How does this fit with broader research? Is there anything else supporting this?
Great question. And yes, absolutely. Michael's N1 experiment is dramatic, but it aligns perfectly with larger bodies of research.
Like what?
Well, look at population studies in Japan. Areas where people eat a lot of natto consistently show longer average lifespans and lower rates of heart disease, dementia, osteoporosis, classic age-related diseases. Think of the Okinawan centenarians. Natto is part of their traditional diet.
So there's a population level correlation.
A strong one. Then there's research on the components. That big European study, European Journal of Nutrition, followed nearly 30,000 people for almost 20 years.
Yeah.
Higher vitamin K2 intake was linked to a 57% lower risk of dying from heart disease, 57%, and a 26% lower risk of dying from any cause.
Wow. K2 is powerful.
Incredibly. Research on endokinase confirms it can thin blood and dissolve clots, sometimes as effectively as prescription drugs, but without the side effects.
Okay.
And spermidine. There was a human clinical trial published in Nature Medicine. Spermidine supplementation didn't just extend healthy lifespan, it actually improved cognitive function in older adults.
So all the key pieces, nattokinase, K2, spermidine, have solid science behind them for anti-aging benefits.
Exactly. Plus, studies confirming natto-specific benefits for bone density, reducing inflammation, heart health, brain health. It all lines up. Michael's story is like seeing all those mechanisms fire at once in one person, amplified by that specific preparation.
Okay, this sounds amazing. But let's be real. You mentioned the taste, the smell. How does someone listening right now actually start eating this stuff?
Yeah, that's the million-dollar question, isn't it? Michael tackled this systematically. His advice: start small. Like really small. A teaspoon?
Just a teaspoon. Mixed into something else.
Yes, mixed into rice, maybe with lots of seasonings initially. Soy sauce, mustard, the green onions, the daikon use strong flavors to help mask it at first.
You just get used to it.
Apparently, yes. He says taste buds need about 2 to 3 weeks of consistent small exposure to adapt. Patience is key. Also, preparation technique matters.
How so?
Stirring it vigorously. He recommends at least 50 stirs. It develops the characteristic stickiness, which sounds weird, but it actually improves the flavor and texture profile.
50 stirs. Okay, note taken. Stirring is important.
Very. And quality makes a difference. Look for organic, traditionally fermented natto, ideally from Japanese suppliers. Avoid ones with preservatives if you can.
Where do you even find it?
Asian grocery stores are your best bet in most cities. It's becoming more available online too, but it needs refrigerated shipping, so that can add cost.
And stick to the timing. Morning, empty stomach.
For maximum benefit, yes. That morning routine seems crucial for absorption. Wait that 30 minutes before coffee or anything else.
What if someone tries all that and just can't? Is there an alternative?
If you absolutely cannot handle the whole food, there are natto powder supplements or nattokinase capsules. They can offer some benefits, particularly the blood flow aspect from nattokinase.
Not the full package.
No, you definitely miss out on the synergistic effect of the whole food. The K2, the spermidine, the probiotics, the fiber, all working together with those added ingredients. It's a compromise.
Okay, before people rush out, any warnings, precautions, common mistakes, besides giving up on the taste?
Definitely some important points here. It's not for everyone. The biggest one is blood thinners. If you're on warfarin or Coumadin,
The high vitamin K2 interferes.
exactly. K2 promotes clotting, warfarin prevents it. They work against each other. So absolutely crucial. Talk to your doctor before trying natto if you're on blood thinners or have any clotting disorders.
Good warning. What else?
Obvious one, soy allergies. Avoid it. Though, interestingly, the fermentation process can sometimes make soy more tolerable for people with mild sensitivities, but still, caution is needed.
And common mistakes.
Besides giving up too soon, probably improper preparation, just scooping it out of the container and trying to eat it plain, is usually a recipe for failure. The stirring, the additions, they matter.
Right, the traditional method.
Yes. Also, managing expectations. This isn't an overnight miracle. The significant benefits build up over months of consistent use, and quality getting a good, traditionally fermented product makes a difference. Lastly, storage. It's a live food. Keep it refrigerated. Use it relatively quickly after opening.
Got it. Now, Michael emphasizes this wasn't just about natto, right? It was the cornerstone, but part of a bigger picture.
Absolutely. He's very clear that natto works best within a comprehensive anti-aging lifestyle. It's not a magic bullet in isolation.
So what else was he doing, or recommends doing?
Regular exercise is key. A mix of strength training, cardio, flexibility. Exercise improves circulation and metabolism, which amplifies natto's benefits.
Makes sense.
Sleep quality. Getting 78 hours of genuinely restorative sleep is non-negotiable for cellular repair. Stress management is huge too. Chronic stress accelerates aging massively. So meditation, mindfulness, strong social connections, whatever works for you.
The foundations of good health, really.
Pretty much. Plus other longevity foods, think fatty fish for omega-3s, lots of colorful vegetables for diverse antioxidants, maybe other fermented foods like kefir or kimchi for overall gut health, staying well hydrated, and potentially incorporating some intermittent fasting, which can boost that autophagy process we talked about, working synergistically with the spermidine in natto.
So natto is a powerful booster, but within that healthy framework.
Exactly. It supercharges the results, but the foundation needs to be there.
Okay, let's address the elephant in the room for any scientists listening. The N1 problem, it's just one person's experience. How does Michael counter that skepticism?
He acknowledges it up front. It is an N1 study, technically, but his counterarguments are strong. First, his results, while dramatic, perfectly align with the known mechanisms of natto's components, backed by loads of existing research.
It fits the science.
Precisely. Second, when people suggest maybe it was other factors or placebo, he kept meticulous logs. He made very few other changes during that first year besides adding the specific natto protocol.
You control the variables as much as possible.
As much as one person can in a self-experiment. Third, the genetics argument, oh, he just has his grandmother's good genes, doesn't fly because it doesn't explain his own poor biomarkers before starting, or the dramatic improvement in just 1 year. Genes don't change that fast.
Good point.
And he mentions colleagues have tried it and seen similar, if maybe less pronounced, benefits. Plus, he argues strongly for the synergy of the whole food over isolated supplements, something hard to capture in standard trials.
Right. The whole is greater than the sum of its parts.
That's the idea.
Okay, what about practical things? We touched on availability. Cost. Is this going to break the bank?
Not at all. Compared to many anti-aging supplements or treatments, natto is incredibly inexpensive. A serving usually costs less than a fancy coffee. And think about potential healthcare savings down the line. It's very cost-effective.
Finding it might be the main hurdle for some.
It can be. Outside of areas with good Asian markets, online ordering is an option. Just factor in refrigerated shipping.
Travel must be tricky.
Yeah, that's a challenge. He uses natto powder or natto-kane supplements when he travels, knowing it's not quite the same, but better than nothing.
And the smell, social situations, dinner parties.
Probably not serving it at dinner parties. He eats it first thing in the morning, brushes his teeth well. It's a personal morning ritual, not really a social food for most.
Time commitment. Sounds like a bit of prep.
Honestly, once you get the routine down, it's less than 10 minutes a day. Chopping onions, grating radish, stirring. It's quick.
And did his family jump on board?
Some did, apparently, after seeing his transformation. Others, maybe not so much. Taste is personal.
Are there variations, like if you can't find daikon or want a milder taste?
Yeah, definitely. Different brands of natto exist. Some use smaller beans, some are crushed. That's hikiwari natto, which can have a milder flavor.
Hikiwari, okay.
Ingredient-wise, you could probably substitute kimchi for the daikon. It also has digestive enzymes and probiotics, just a different flavor profile. Maybe adjust the oil slightly. The core components, natto, K2 source, fat, maybe some alliums like onions seem most crucial.
Could you do it later in the day? Or does it have to be morning?
Morning on an empty stomach seems optimal for absorption based on his experience and the rationale. Doing it later might reduce the benefits somewhat, but maybe better than not at all. Hard to say definitively.
And just to recap the alternatives, if whole natto is a non-starter.
The main ones would be supplementing nattokinase for blood flow, taking a high-quality vitamin K2, MK7 form, supplement for the calcium direction and heartburn benefits, and maybe a spermidine supplement for autophagy. You could combine those.
But it gets expensive and you lose the synergy.
Exactly. Costlier, more pills, and you're missing the probiotics, the whole food matrix, the synergistic effects of the traditional preparation. It's not the same.
So Michael is now 3 years into this, right? Are the benefits holding? Is it sustainable?
Yes. 3 years on, and he reports the benefits are sustained. He genuinely enjoys the taste now that adaptation is real. The routine is effortless muscle memory.
And health-wise, it's still looking good.
Health improvements are ongoing, maybe more gradually now, but still progressing. Medical checks consistently show optimal biomarkers, and that gap between his chronological age and biological age, it seems to be holding, maybe even widening slightly. He's aging much slower.
That's incredible. And this is sparking actual research now.
It is. His experience, combined with the existing science, has catalyzed new projects. Controlled human studies looking specifically at this protocol and aging biomarkers, genetic analyses to see who might respond best, microbiome studies to understand the gut changes, dosage optimization, combination studies with things like exercise or fasting.
Comparing different populations.
Exactly. Larger international studies looking at natto intake and long-term health outcomes. It's opened up a really exciting avenue of research based on this traditional practice.
So wrapping this up, what's the big takeaway for everyone listening? Michael's story is powerful, suggesting maybe the best anti-aging secrets aren't always high-tech.
I think that's a key point. Sometimes profound health benefits are hidden in plain sight, in traditional wisdom. Natto, prepared this specific way, seems to offer this incredible complex of synergistic compounds targeting aging from multiple angles.
And it's not just a fluke story.
No. While his results are certainly exceptional, maybe best case scenario, they are fundamentally supported by a large body of scientific research on how these components work. The keys seem to be consistency, doing the preparation correctly, and having patience, especially with the taste.
And that crucial reminder about talking to your doctor.
Absolutely paramount, especially with blood thinners, but really for any significant dietary shift, if you have underlying health conditions, always check first.
So the final thought for you listening is, what will you do with this information? Are you curious enough to try it? To maybe push past that initial challenge for potentially huge rewards down the line? Or will you just let it pass by? As always, the choice is yours. Just remember, age might be just a number, but biological age, that's the one that really counts.